Sitting at home with 6 months salary, do you think in Denmark it's going to help you?
You got a PR. You then decided to pursue something which I cannot even imagine. What made you choose to pursue passion, pursue entrepreneurial journey?
First thing starts with the DNA. My father was an entrepreneur, and I remember the days when I was a child that there was a lot of fight going on in the home because he left his job. So just imagine a family man leaving his job.
Job security is always the first priority, right?
I will never work during the office hours, and I will not try to sell my business or anything inside the office premises. It's only securing you in many ways and keeping the trust and work. Ask all silly questions. Don't worry about it.
Why did you move to Denmark?
I wanted to do a leadership education that doesn't look and feel like education. It's a genetic disorder which I'm happy and proud to have.
It's not a disaster, but I get your point.
Yeah.
After a lot of struggle, I realized that I didn't record properly in the first attempt. So we're going for round 2. Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
Welcome back. So let's start with your journey to Denmark. Okay. Why did you move to Denmark?
It was for my MBA, Master of Business Administration, with the Copenhagen Business School. I wanted to do a leadership education that doesn't look and feel like education, because it must be a finishing school. The difference is when you are going to other educational streams, you are taking on some kind of expertise. You're trying to learn something to sharpen your skill. But I wanted a program that can help you sharpen your EQ, emotional quotient, as a leader. Be able to listen to different types of people, different types of contexts, and still summarize and make something out of it. Try to resolve conflicts and such. So these tools, soft skills, of course they are also sold nowadays, but to be honest, it cannot be sold or bought. You need to experience it. You can buy a fantastic book and read through, but the book doesn't have you in it. You have to be a part of that journey, experience all the good and bad, be in the center of the worst decisions, feel that, and learn out of that experience. And for that, you needed a program. And when I did search for the MBA programs, being an Indian, of course, I wanted to do the MBA very close by. So that's the first attempt I tried to do. But the places where I went, they asked who I am and what is my background. At that time, my background was into finance. I'm a finance professional, a certified public accountant USA, which is an equivalent to chartered accountancy in India. So they said, that's fantastic, your application will definitely get through. And I asked why. And they said, about 50 to 60% are IITians or, engineering, and then 30% will be finance people. So you will definitely get through. And I said, sorry, I don't want an application. Because that's where I thought, we will all sit through, all engineers will agree with engineers. You all have been having the same kind of schooling, in that broader sense, not saying, personally. In the broader sense, you will all agree with each other. And finance people being also analytical headed, we will also agree with you. It's going to be fun, MBA, but it's again like a book. I didn't want that. I wanted a experiential MBA, and I was searching for it. When I was searching through, then I found that there is a place called Denmark. And they have a Master of Business Administration program where you could be a footballer, dancer, opera singer. Doesn't matter who you are. If you want a leadership program, you can apply. Of course, there are minimum requirements, which I'll come to later. But to be honest, this was a program that had complete inclusiveness, diversity in real play.
And when was it, the program that you took?
2012.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote a mail to Lee Milligan, who was at that time the admissions manager. I wrote a 2-liner saying, I have seen Denmark only in the world map. Can you help? And I thought, who's going to bother about this email? To my surprise, he responded. He took that email seriously and he said, yes, we can help you. I just need your CV also to know a little more about you and which country are you from. And the moment he understood that I'm an Indian and I'm trying to figure out the whole country in the first place, let alone applying to the MBA, he put me on to an Indian who is currently studying MBA in the program, and asked me to talk to him even before the application process started. This doesn't happen. Usually you are getting the possibility to talk to your seniors only when you are in the later stages of your applications. If I understand, many schools follow this principle where you can get a peer review or something
Insider information or how practical
but
stuff.
nowadays, of course, YouTube is helping in every way. That's but those days,
Got it.
and it was a surprise for me that email, the silly email, was taken so seriously. And I also, stepped up. I gave my CV on the other side, and I talked to that person who was assigned to me, and he was so kind. He said, ask all silly questions, right from how do you use, do you have kadai? How can you use kadai on the stove or such? Ask anything that you feel like. Don't worry about it. And he took the time to answer all my silly questions. And he was also kind to say that if you feel like there is a female related question you want to talk to, you can always talk to my wife. So that way, I was already in the 48 hours of writing one single email, feeling comfortable about this new country and the people that are trying to help me out. So the conversation went on from February 2012. I remember writing that silly email, which I'm thankful for. And then, of course, it moved on to application process. And then I did do my GMAT, and I had my GMAT score along. But they also allowed me to take another test, which was very similar to the GMAT, online on camera from CBS, which I took. I also cleared that. And then there was a personal interview. After which they gave the confirmation that I got the admission.
Admission for
and in
university.
2 months after the admission, the scholarship was announced, and I got a 50% scholarship.
Oh wow, okay.
So these were the starting
The scholarship
points.
is based on your scores in
Okay, that's a good question. I think there's a lot of misunderstandings going on around scholarship. There are two types of, broadly, there are many other things. You need to, again, do a lot of homework about it. But broadly speaking, you can always say a merit-based scholarship, a need-based scholarship. They are always different. Merit-based is that you're scoring high, you have, you've been good with sports, you've been, state level player, whatever. You can show all that. Need-based not necessarily means that you're poor or incapable or such. Need-based is also explaining about the challenges that you faced in life. What have you learned from it? So all the bad eggs in your basket, you can put it out.
And then they consider it, and then they will evaluate and then come back with a
That was a
scholarship.
very sensitive but very interesting interview I had. Where they touched upon very personal information that I had shared in the application, and the way they handled it was also nice. They were very polite, not to get too much into the personal story, but wanting to understand the context of it, because they are from a different country also, isn't it? So they wanted to understand everything. So based on that, so it was it's a combination of merit plus need based, at least in my case, I would say.
Got it. So you applied for the university, you got the education. Now you are in Denmark. Imagine that it was 2012 when you got into Denmark. A typical journey of any other expat who's moving out, who's going into a country for a job. Let's say in my case, I would always want to, let's say, have a day job because that's security, and then I can use my money to, of course, send back to India. So it's a security that I have. The job security is always the first priority, right? And without getting a PR, it's impossible to think about entrepreneurship. You got a PR. You then decided to pursue something which I cannot even imagine. I just looked at your LinkedIn profile and I realized, man, this is so great inspiration for someone like me to say, what made you choose to pursue your passion, pursue entrepreneurial journey? Walk us through.
Yes. To be honest, the first thing starts with the DNA. Yeah. My father was an entrepreneur, and I remember the days when I was a child that there was a lot of fight going on in the home because he left his job. And I was about 5.5 to 6 years old, and my younger brother was 6 months. So just imagine a family man leaving his job. He did start his business even before I was born. So, but together with his friends, but on and off, he has been trying to, get into jobs, out of jobs, doing this and doing that, and that irritated a lot of people. But it fascinated me the way he was cool, even though everybody was shouting mad at him. He was super cool about it. I did not understand what is business those days, but I thought my dad is cool. He's trying to do something different that others don't understand. And that was like already there. So it's in the genes. First of all, there is a, genetic disorder, which I'm happy and proud to have.
It's not a disaster, but I get your point.
Yeah. But that's one thing. A couple of other things was that I did think of security the way you did. So immediately after the MBA, I did get a full-time job and worked for about 6 years, focused on the PR, social security first, but at the same time also focused on the Danish language and cultural understanding, so that I can converse and do business in Danish language. So that's also important, isn't it? The country where you are, the place where you are, need to be able to communicate. So these were primary focuses. So only after securing these did I jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so you have a solid backup plan, and also social security is there.
Yeah.
And the gray area that I often come across is A-Kasse. We have spoken before about A-Kasse. What I know about A-Kasse is when I lose my job, I get a cover. So I could, let's say for 2 years, I have a cover of certain percentage of money being paid. In the meantime, I could either figure out a job or do something to make myself run my show.
Yeah.
This is my understanding about A-Kasse.
Yeah.
I was always afraid, like, why should I put money for A-Kasse when I had my job work contract? I only applied in A-Kasse after my PR. Walk us through on your journey with A-Kasse. What was your learning from that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The common mistake, I'm not surprised that you also did that. Many of us do. But luckily, I had an Indian who was living in Denmark for many years. So he told me the moment I joined, the first month's salary itself, he said, have you applied for your A-Kasse? And I said, what is that? Why should I? I don't need anything. And he explained me the importance of it. A-Kasse is not just money coming in. I think that's a very rudimentary thought process that is shared, but it's also because everything is written in a language that we are new to in that period. So nobody's fault, I would say. We all believe that it's money. It's not just money. Money is only one part of it. A-Kasse has to support you with your future, meaning it has to support you with your dream and not just the money. And that's something you need to also check with the A-Kasse. This is one mistake I did as well, because I had to just get into an A-Kasse. I asked my colleagues. I was also new, just 1 month old, newbie in the office, and they said we all pay to this A-Kasse XY. So I also paid to the same, and I've been with that. But the moment I was trying to turn into entrepreneur, that's when I realized it's good that I had a A-Kasse, but it's bad that I made the wrong choices. It's a very simple thing. When you go to a restaurant, you are given a menu card. Why is that? Because you can choose. A-Kasse also has a menu card.
And then, so you prefer to choose certain things which was not the norm, but it is more or less helps in venturing into entrepreneurship. And what was that?
Yes. So when you choose the E-Kasse, you select the options that you look at the options that they are ready to give you. Are they going to support you in your entrepreneurial journey? Are they supporting entrepreneurs, or they only support you with job search?
Got it. So that is also an option that you can
Yeah,
actually pick.
they are. I think most of us now, most of the E-Kasses are having the option. Find out what are all the options available. Ask them what else will you support. Only 6 months, let's say that 6 months salary is given. Sitting at home with 6 months salary, do you think in Denmark it's going to help you? Are they going to help you find upskilling possibilities? Are they going to support you? I did my Prince 2.
Oh, it's a certification, right? Prince two.
Yeah, through A-Kasse.
Oh,
I am a certified practitioner, change practitioner through A-Kasse. I did a digital marketing course through A-Kasse.
so this was all in the period of you losing your job and then venturing into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that I was just simply at home making job applications. No. So A-Kasse can support you. They can suggest you. These are the things that we can do to help you. So you should have a conversation with them. What else are they providing? The options. So if something goes wrong, what are all the options for me? And let's say nothing has gone wrong, but I want to explore more of my creative world. I want to, can I test a little bit of part-time job and move into something else? Will they allow me, yes or no? Or if they allow, how many months do they allow?
Got it.
I think these questions are very important for us to understand. Some of them will say, no, the agreement is to help you find a job. Some of the options are very clearly, and they have a limitation also. Understand that first clearly and then sign up. The moment I understood that I was in the wrong pool of E-Kasse, not because the E-Kasse was a problem, it was just me, I had my own dreams. I found the better one that fit my dreams, and then I moved from one E-Kasse to other. Moving from one E-Kasse to other is also possible, just like the way insurance works. It is possible, you can do it. Only thing, there will be a month where you're having to pay 2 E-Kasses
At the same
in a
time.
month. Just be aware of that, because if you're having financial crunch, just be aware of that. That transition period will be slightly, depends upon which E-Kasse and what exactly are the options you're checking. Yeah, what exactly is the feature. And I think I forgot to mention, there is also another additional E-Kasse support that people take private. Just like the insurance, there is another thing. If you are, for example, in a directorial position or in a managerial position, you are having a higher bandwidth of salary, and suddenly the E-Kasse will not give you that much.
Okay.
So there is an additional insurance for the position level salary also.
Wow.
I did not take it, so I'm not the right person to guide you on that, but I can tell you that there is something like that.
So it's like a premium amount extra.
You need to pay a premium, of course. You need to pay a premium. So not just that. If you have any conflicts with your Arbeitsgeber, the employer, then you can also take support. For that you're paying. So all these you are paying the premium. Whether you want to or not is your own personal decision. But I think the decision must be, the control has to be, brake has to be in your hand. So never, I remember 2-3 weeks ago, a lady, she's Irish, I think. She asked me this question. She's new to Denmark. And I said, don't jump into the first E-Kasse. Take 2-3 months. Take
and
2-3
then figure
months,
out which one is working.
find out what are all, they're all offering, okay? They're all offering, find out what fits your dream. It's not for today. Remember, it's not for today. Today you have a job. Today is good. Touch wood, today is good. But you are talking about 5 years from now, let's say with AI, we never know. But
So a lot of uncertainties.
I'm trying to be as positive as I can. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then you are not just you. You have family. You have more responsibilities. So think of that. Think broad, and you will also grow as a human. You will want different things. So will I have the flexibility to breathe? Yeah, will I have a good partner in my A-Kasse? It's like marriage proposal.
We
So do that homework,
Yeah.
and then you decide which A-Kasse to go into.
I absolutely never thought nor imagined getting to this place of inviting guests to my home for a podcast. And here I am. It's a dream where I feel like I'm just getting started. If you enjoy what we do here, please join by hitting that subscribe button. Here's a promise I'm going to make to you. I will do everything in my power to make this show as valuable as possible. Thank you so much. Back to the episode.
Yeah, we covered this part, and I think it's also interesting that you say that not to jump into a quick A-Kasse and then figure out what works best, and also there's a possibility even if you make mistake,
Yeah.
you can switch between
Switch
A-Kasse
between
with the
A-Kasse,
fee, right? So let's dive into your entrepreneurial journey. Since you decided you're going to pursue, what was the first thing that you did? You mentioned about where to sign up to create a CVR. You also mentioned about a lot of stuff. Let's go one by one. Where did you start?
First thing what I wanted to do was to create a CVR, but at that time I had a full-time job, so I had to talk to my office. I spoke to my HR and my immediate manager and said, I have a business idea, I want to do something. What is the process? And they guided me onto some other people who are doing similar things. So I finalized what all I have to do. First thing, I had to create the CVR number. Once I created, within 24 hours, I reported in email to my manager, copying the HR, saying that I have created the CVR for this business. The purpose is XYZ. It has nothing to do with any of the products and services that will in any way come in competition or contradict the current organization that I'm working with. I will never work during the office hours, and I will not try to sell my business or anything inside the office premises. There are a few other conditions. Put that very clearly down and send the email out so that it's out in the open, that even in the weekends you are trying to do something. So it's not secret. It's only securing you in many ways and keeping that trust and work ethic going all the time. It's important. The first 24 hours you do that. I did that. At that time it was just an idea. So in the Virk Deco, virk.dk, the website itself is so explanatory. You can fill out, and again you don't have to fill it out in one go. Take 2-3 days, 7 days to fill the application, because there are many options. Don't people think that they need to pay a lot of money. That's for APS, private APS or AS or something. But it's just an idea that you have. For an idea, you don't need to think too much. You don't need to pay too much also. Those days it was free. I don't know whether it is still free or there is a minimum amount
Maybe
to
a
pay
small
for that.
fee.
Yeah, I guess so. You pay that and you fill in the application. I remember choosing the option in the category of the business as hobby idea. That is safe. Because it is only in your head. The business is only in your head, isn't it? Nothing wrong to have an idea inside your head. You don't have to pay the bills.
I think it's interesting to say that way, like, because so to summarize, it doesn't have to be an AS or APS. It could be a hobby business.
Yes.
But it is good to also inform your current employer to say, this is what I'm pursuing. This is not in conflict with what I do on a given day job.
Yeah.
And then I choose to do after work or after in the weekends. And it's so, I think you did a really good job in actually communicating at the right time when you launched it. Okay, now that you have joined, now that you have a full scale venture, you earn some money. How do you document your, let's say, taxes here? Because I have no idea how to file my own tax. I just depend on whenever I get a raise,
Yeah.
increase in salary, I know I can change, update my scat. But how does this work?
Yes, this is the moment you have created your CVR number, it starts appearing in your scat also. So you will have this A scat and B scat, showing up.
Yeah.
So it has been there for everyone, but it never gets activated because you never created a CVR number. Now that you have, it starts connecting itself and asks. All you have to do in the Ask Up Corals is to just go and put the amount of sales you have made, amount of expenses you have made, and is it a profit or a loss you have made. And in the beginning, when it is just an idea, I'm assuming that nothing has happened and maybe you have only bought things to set up something, so it's only expenses, nothing has happened. So it's most of the time 0, 0, 0, and 0. It's 6 more zeros to fill in the 6 or 8
In
I
the
think,
form.
form. So it's nothing
Complex.
I think you start attracting tax only when we are making 50,000
Or more per year.
more per year as a profit. So assuming that it's an idea stage, it is not at all a risk. And now that we have factor fly, things like that, you can work without a CVR also legally.
Okay.
But remember that when you are doing your activities without CVR, there is also a brand image that will go for a toss. So there will be another CVR where the money is getting pulled into, and then it is transferred to you. It's easy for accountability purposes though, but for if you are into a business where branding is the key, I would prefer, in my case, I created my separate bank account for my company from day one. For example, if I'm going to Lidl to buy something and groceries, and then I see some gadgets that will work for my painting equipment, let's say anything, then I will make 2 separate bills. From day one, I've been doing it because it's easier that way. Because though we are thinking very small and simple, you never know when we will get bigger. And when you get bigger, you get busier also. And we are still under the category of encalcments vyaksim hai. So you are still the one person solo entrepreneur trying to do everything. Then you will not even have time to show proof of how much in your bank account belongs to you and how much belongs to your company. And this is a safer idea from tax point of view also, and from branding point of view also, to have your own separate things from day one. Another thing is that when I see people creating CVR in their spouse's name and doing, yes, technically you don't have to report to your manager, but we are living in a small world. They will know what you're doing on Saturdays and Sundays, or even in the evenings. They will know that. It's not, they will never stop you, they can never stop you, but it's not creating a good business relation at all. So if your business has to thrive, the foundation has to be good ethics.
I remember you mentioned about, so once you have established, you mentioned about municipalities helping you with facilities. Let's talk about those.
Yes.
Let's start with, what are the benefits Enkelsman Vexam Hill or anybody who applies, be it space or be it financial? What was the support that you got, and what could be something that I can avail?
This is for everybody. The moment you create a CVR number, 48 hours I think it takes to create, and you can reach out to the VXTROL. VXTROL is advisory body for startups. Every commune has its VXTROL or eVaxedary. So you can reach out to them. There are office spaces starting at 187 krone per month as rent, where you can just take a table and a chair to sit down. Fluviplatz. You can do that, or take a permanent place, 500 krone or something. Or if you want a room, maybe because you're 2-3 people doing the business, you need a proper setup. You can also take, I think it starts with 3,000 or 5,000 krona also. Depends upon the size and where exactly it's located and such. There is office spaces, there is Friday bread, there is a group to go to, an office to go to. It's always, there's always people to discuss your ideas, bounce on the ideas all the time, because I think in my building there are about 30 companies.
Oh, wow.
Small, medium, all types. So I think we discuss anything under the sun. I have listened to the weirdest of the ideas and I found, wow, okay, people think like that.
But it's also
It's
good
like-
that you say the ecosystem is full of ideas and people want to do something.
Yes.
Strive for something, right?
Yeah, you will grow 10x.
But this is in Sunabo.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. All commune has it.
Okay, so but it's
Hi, I am from
you-
Sunabo, so
yeah.
sorry. I meant Sunabo
okay.
Extra.
But there are 30 companies in Sunabo that actually has
They are sitting in the same building, but there are many CVR numbers out, but they never come. That's also there. For example, in my case also, I have a lot of work to do outside. So I initially, the way you are thinking, I have my own studio set up in my home. Why should I? So the first discussion I had with the Viextrad consultant, he asked me, very good, so you are a creative person, you have your studio set up at home, very good. And when you are in your studio, who are you? And I said, I'm an artist, creator. Good. Okay, when you are with children doing something, what are you? A workshop, what are you? I could be a teacher, something like that. Then he asked me, when are you the entrepreneur? When are you the strategist? You need an office to put the head down and think for, because when you're at a studio, you're thinking for today. You're thinking on today's video recording. When are you the leader? That's another personality. And he needs a different space. She needs a different space.
so that ecosystem will help you
Ecosystem is needed.
take in serious note and then focus on things and get results. Wow.
Yes.
So that is one. So you get the space. What about, is there any financial support that people get?
Yes, there is also many things you can apply to. There are, right now I'm making applications for different funds because I'm pitching my idea to at a different level now. I want to move it from startup to scale up.
Okay.
I'm at that stage. I'm busy making applications. There are so many funds. Depends upon, now I can name few funds, but it doesn't mean that these are the only funds.
There
For
could be
example,
many.
there are the Saling Group has funds. There is also crowdfunding possibilities. There is Lego's funding. These are all because I create something that is for the younger generation. So I know these funds. There are women entrepreneurship funds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So just before I was to meet you, I had a mail from the director. She's going to give me, hopefully, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, hopefully.
Looking forward. Yeah.
Yes, looking forward to that. But she already knows that I have an idea and she knows what it is.
Cool.
It's good that, the deciding authority. So what I try to do is that even before all the time, the first application I talked about was the MBA application. Before the application, talk. Do that for the job also. Do that for the, funding applications also. Talk. Find out what are they looking for, because these applications are 30 pages long.
Okay.
The empty application is 18 page. So remember, your content will get inside and it will turn into 30 to 50 pages. What are they looking for?
So I have a question for you now.
Yes.
So if I have to, let's say, do something with the one that I'm doing, let's say podcast, right? And can I, with the setup, raise a fund using the government? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's not like innovation. Like everybody's doing podcast now. What
Okay,
makes
there
it?
are many categories.
Yeah.
So innovation also, there is tech innovation, green related innovation.
But mine is not an innovation. That's why I'm just like.
I
doesn't
was
come under
also,
that.
okay, that is exactly where I'm saying you need to go to the office.
Correct.
To figure out whether you are going in the direction of an innovation or just, circling around what others are doing. I don't know. I cannot gauge that. You need a group.
So the minimum thing that I could do without any innovation is get a space, get things done, registered. Basically, I can get a space for whatever I do.
Yeah.
But if I have to do something that helps innovate something, then I can get the funding. So the funding is different from what I do for podcast or stuff.
It's also helpful. See, for example,
Because they don't want to
I am
invest in
going to
something that is already
think of a weird idea for you.
Ah.
Okay, let's say that, and this is not weird. Actually, you are doing it. So you're trying to build a bridge between the Danish culture
Yeah.
and the Indian culture and people from India that are trying to come to this country and such, and trying to help these people also understand what's going on. So can I say that you're working on the culture build?
Yeah.
There is also cultural integration related funds.
Okay. I never knew that.
Prove the point that what you're doing is unique. Prove the point that you are contributing X in terms of value. This is what I call, this is a different category. We have to put ourselves into social entrepreneurship. You're not into the business of, okay, I'm not in the business of selling a mobile phone.
Not in a product innovation.
No, it's not product innovation.
Social entrepreneurship.
So social entrepreneurship has a different trajectory altogether. The timelines are different. There are different expectations out of it.
That's a good way
But
to
there is
think.
support to it. For a product, they will ask you, how many have you sold? How many do you think you can find as customers? How much is the repeat audience? All these numbers they will ask. For social entrepreneurship, the angles are different. What is the political change you're going to bring? And now, there are other areas also. I would not say for funding, but you are now talking to the politicians also. Not necessarily to get a political attention, but to understand if they have some kind of political agenda that they want to grow this commune. Let's say we are in Gentoft commune. I don't know anything about the commune. Let's say that a commune has an agenda for cultural entrepreneurship. And they are looking for some personalities to help and support in some way. And there is a pool. And you fall into the pool. That could be advantageous. So I would also check the political parties, what kind of both red bloc and blue bloc. What is the agenda? Do they have any cultural agenda? They want to invest money in some kind of development. Can I contribute?
I think it's a really great conversation going on right now.
If you can contribute, I think you're adding a lot of value. This sharpening of this pencil can happen there, because I don't know much about your business, isn't it? So,
and I am not even mature enough to think about that angle, but it's also good to.
There is monthly E-Kasse.
Okay.
Free. You can go and meet up people. I think it's deliberately, at least in Sinabo, I have noticed it's after 4 p.m. They know that there are employees, full-timers. They will only be able to make it. You can not only meet the consultants, you can also meet legal advisors, you can meet revisors for free once in a month. So membership is not just, that membership will help you in many ways. And then there are also small 5,000 krona, because your idea is good, they want to give you a small top-up. Yeah, so you can also pitch for that. It's at a very rudimentary level. It's cool idea. They want to see how you grow if I give you extra 5,000 or something. There are many options. I'm just naming few out of the blue. But if you go into your commune, I don't know about your commune's work stall, but you need to go there and ask them what is all there. When is the next e-prees or something happening? Can I participate? Go pitch the idea. Let that go wrong. It's okay. Go just pitch the idea.
Interesting. But I think, so what we have covered so far, your journey moving to Denmark, your inspiration from your father on why you pursued entrepreneurship, and also practical matters on why someone shouldn't wait for the next thing to happen, just start with entrepreneurship. Benefits that you can avail from, applying for a company and getting that ecosystem right, and how
Yes.
can government help you fund, start everything. I think it was really good conversation, and thank you for your patience in waiting for the second round of interview, because it means a lot to also stay.
Yeah.
For the audiences listening, a lot of golden nuggets from Gomathi. Thank you so much for being part of my podcast.
Thanks.
The least that I could do is share your LinkedIn connection and also
Yes.
your website, so people could reach out to you, not just for consultation but also for advice and other legal aspects. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to Arun in Denmark podcast. Your support helps me bring more stories and insights to this wonderful international community in Denmark. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and follow for more inspiring stories. Until then, take care.